Welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you with me today. We're reading Chapter 5. Let's get into it. Disaster. Joe was delighted when he heard that Apple Mary had decided to invest Dennie's money in his new store. Why, with that much money, I'll be able to buy that larger store across the street. Your investment will be doubled inside of 6 months. I know, he predicted. Mrs. Hardy accosted Apple Mary as she was returning to Joe's with the money later in the day. You're surely not going to loan Joe all that money, are you? Why, it's Dennie's. I'm doing it for him, Mrs. Hardy. Joe'll double it for me in 6 months. You're a fool to believe that, retorted Mrs. Hardy scornfully. He's just trying to get it away from you. I've known Joe a long time, and he wouldn't take this money unless he could pay it back. You mark my words, Apple Mary, called Mrs. Hardy after her tenant as she left. You'll regret this. Joe met Apple Mary at the door of his store. Here's the money for the note. Joe, I hope I'm not too late. You're just in time, Apple Mary. The man is here asking for it and thinks I haven't been able to raise it. Come on, quit stalling, shouted the man in the back of the store. I know you haven't got the money. You'll have to get out. This place is mine now. Joe strode back to stand beside him. His head was erect, and he was happier than he had been in months. You're wrong, he exclaimed triumphantly. Here's the money on the note, so the place is still mine. As for getting out, I am, but only because I'm taking a larger store across the street. The man grabbed his money and left, looking very much put out at the turn of events. That very day, Joe completed negotiations for purchase of the store across the street, using Mary's money as a down payment. In a short time, he had moved in his merchandise and was settled. The evening of the opening day, Dennie and Apple Mary sat at home looking ahead to a happy future. Their thoughts were suddenly interrupted by a great clanging down the street. Listen, exclaimed the woman. Hear all those fire engines going by? Must be a big fire and close, too. Running down into the street, she found Freddie Hardy coming from the direction of the noise. What is it, Freddie? She asked excitedly. Quick, tell me. It's Joe's new store. Joe's store? Oh, no! Apple Mary was frantic. Her feet took wings as she raced down the street. Freddie was right. It was Joe's store. Reaching the outskirts of the crowd that had gathered, she found a fireman. Why don't you do something to save it? She demanded hysterically, clutching him by the shoulder. We're doing everything we can, lady, he replied as he jerked himself free from her frightened grip. Apple Mary was in a daze. She pushed her way through the crowd.
Get out of my way. I need to get through.
Oh, where's Joe? She moaned. I've got to find Joe. Oh, what'll I do? All our money lost. And now, how'll I ever pay for the treatments to make Dennie walk again? If I could only find Joe. Joe was nowhere to be seen, however, and Apple Mary finally went wearily home. Dennie had already heard the news at breakfast time, although he had been asleep when Mary returned the night before. Grandma, Freddie Hardy told me Joe's store burned up. Does that mean we lost all the money we gave him? Course not, Dennie, replied his grandmother bravely. There was a fire. but not much of one. "Well, Apple Mary," said Mrs. Hardy, coming into the room, "I just came in to see how you feel after the fire last night. I told you not to invest your money in Joe's store." "It'll be covered by insurance, Mrs. Hardy." "Are you sure?" queried the landlady. "I didn't think Joe had time to take it out yet. Have you seen him?" No," admitted Apple Mary hesitantly. "I went over last night, but I couldn't find him." Mrs. Hardy seemed delighted at their bad luck. As soon as she left, Apple Mary started out to find Joe. She soon saw him down the street. He sat on a box beside a lamppost, staring at the ruins of his store. How downcast he looked. "Don't take it so hard, Joe," she said as she came up to him. "Everything will be all right. You had the store insured, didn't you, Joe?" "Oh, Apple Mary, this is dreadful." "Oh," sighed Joe. "There isn't any insurance. Everything is lost. But I'll pay you back every cent if it takes the rest of my life." "Everything's lost," echoed Apple Mary. All her dreams collapsed. And that's the end of chapter 5. Come on back next time for chapter 6. Trouble for Apple Mary. Wow, more trouble. Wonder what's going to be happening in chapter 6. See you next time.